Right, good day. So we're moving on to Surah 9, right? Surah 9, which is what? Repentance, right? Is repentance and is also disassociation, freedom, release, or immunity, right? So disassociation, freedom, release, or immunity. And this is what? Disassociation from what? Any agendas that the world might have, or the small elite on top might have to send the world in a particular one direction. For example, you want everybody to do the same thing, right? You want everybody to be the same way. You want everybody to be the way that you want them to be, right? Freedom from that. Freedom from, because the book says, if Allah wanted, he could have made the world into one religion, right? Or one sect, right? Anyways, so this is freedom or disassociation from what? Also, you all know that the world has been headed in the artificial intelligence agenda, right? Trying to make human people into robots and all that. AI, Sophia, right? Robot. AI, Aria, right? Robots, right? So these are the things, and you have these people what presenting at conferences and all kind of thing, right? Presenting at conferences at actual AI, artificial intelligence, presenting at conferences and those things. So, and what they are doing is capturing the consciousness of humans and giving it to robots, right? So this is what we are disassociating ourselves from, with the awareness that we are human beings, and we are actual human beings are actually more intelligent than the artificial intelligent robots that they are trying to create using human consciousness, right? So this is disassociation from that, right? Worshipping artificial intelligence as God, right? Worshipping artificial intelligence as God, right? This is what the freedom and disassociation, because that's the direction the world has been headed in, right? So disassociation, immunity, freedom, release from that, right? It says that Allah loves the righteous, which is what? Those who fear him, right? And meaning that fearing him means fearing consequences of doing things like that, right? At that level. So the book says to do not exchange the signs of Allah for a small price, right? So if you receive a sign from Allah, you personally receive a sign from Allah, you don't exchange that for $2, $1 million even. You don't exchange that for anything, right? You don't exchange that, meaning that if you were gifted with a sign, right? If you were gifted with a revelation, right? You don't exchange that for anything, right? Right, the book talks about removing the fury in the hearts of believers, right? Let me just make the point again that fury, for whatever time it is, or madness or anger, right, is absolutely essential because of certain things in the world that has been happening, right? You don't expect to actually bear witness, right? Bear witness to things like converting humans into AI robots, right? You don't bear witness to those things. You don't bear witness to the dark side entertainment industry, or the inside the pornography industry, or inside what take place with human trafficking, right? You don't be exposed to those things and expect not to have fury in your hearts, right? That's what actually God is asking us to be angry about, right? Have fury over those things until those things actually change, right? Until those situations actually change, right? And then the fury in our hearts could be removed, right? So you will not be left alone. You will not be left as you are, or left alone, if it is evident that you strive in the cause of Allah, right? Strive in the cause of Allah, right? So if you're asked to move or strive, moving to another country, moving to another location, if you're asked to do that, right, for a cause that is larger than self, right? Larger than self, you move, right? You don't have to permanently move there, right? If you temporarily move for a cause that is higher than yourself, you do so, right? You return to where you live, right? It doesn't matter, right? This whole concept of emigrating, you don't need to emigrate, right? You move for a cause that's larger than you move back, right? So you strive in the cause of Allah with your wealth and your lives even, right? And these people are great in the sight of Allah, right? Right. So this clearing up this conversation or this meaning of the word jihad, right? Jihad simply means striving in the cause of Allah. It doesn't mean fighting unnecessary wars or anything. It simply means striving in His cause, right? And you could do so non-violently. You could fight wars non-violently, right? Right, so let's discuss this concept of the Son of God or the Son of Allah, right? The Christian concept of the Messiah, Jesus Christ, being the Son of God, Son of Allah, right? And clearing up the concept, and this is about seeing some people seeing some as spiritually a more higher rank than others, right? So Jesus Christ being higher, having a higher position than regular human beings or any other messenger or any other person being at a higher position, right, than others, right? So this is about making things equal in the world, right? Because for far too long there has been this thing about what certain religions, Christians seeing themselves higher than Muslims, Muslims seeing themselves higher than Christians, and both religions seeing themselves higher than Hindus, right? And some Hindus seeing themselves by virtue of whatever means higher than the both groups, right? So for all of these groups, right, we are trying to, or at least I am trying to, equalize this scenario because this has been going on for far too long, right? So in this way of life, it is said that everybody is born Muslim, right? So if there is actually a Jesus Christ incarnate, right, that Jesus Christ is actually Muslim, right? So a Hindu was born Muslim, a Christian was born Muslim, right? So you all get the point, right? So in this way of life, it actually equalizes this scenario and brings justice to this whole thing about who is more spiritually ranked than another person and all this kind of dramas, right? And who is higher than human beings and whatever, right? So it says that people have taken the scholars and monks, right, besides Allah, people have taken the Son of Mary, which is Jesus, right, as higher, than others. So that's why the command is to just worship one God, right? The command is for everybody to worship one God, right? So that is what equalizes this whole scenario, right? For everyone to worship or to exalt or to take your actions on behalf of this one God. That is what actually equalizes this scenario, right? Whether you are Jesus, whether you are a normal human being, right? Whether you are Jesus or whether you are a normal human being, all take action in respect of one God, right? Following the commands of one God, right? So this doesn't mean that everybody has to be the same way or have the same personality, these things, right? So this is what we're trying to avoid, right? So you can actually carry out the functions of, say, for example, Islam, right? And you are a completely different person from somebody else, right? And you don't have to be like somebody else, right? So you are different personality, you are different heart, you are different soul, you are different being, but you actually are actually carrying out the commands or the instructions, meaning the core principles of what the way of life represent, right? So this is about also bringing justice with regard to situations and with scholars and monks who use wealth of people unjustly, right? So this is what we're asking people to, if you are an inheritor of wealth, to distribute your wealth, right? And that's actually what is going forth in the cause of Allah, right? rather than adhering or attaching yourself to the material things of the world. Right? Right. La ilaha illallah, right? Meaning there's no deity or there's no God except Allah. Right? There's no deity or no God worthy of worship except Allah. Right? So that's what that's the last words that Muslims are really asked to say as they depart, whilst departing the earth. Right? There is no deity worthy of worship apart from Allah. Right? La ilaha illallah. Right? That's the last words that you utter before departing this world,